All right. Great, great. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Great to be here again with you. Laura Torres here from Blue Star Careers, and we got incredible, and I said incredible because we have a lot of activities to share with you. But most importantly, just want to remind you this is a very casual webinar today. We're doing them on each other with Kristen, which I'm going to give her the microphone in just a little bit. But just want to remind you that these webinars or these segments are designed to connect our members with job opportunities, partnerships, updates on career pathways, but also raising awareness of who's out there creating and promoting new connections. So more resources, of course, are available in the neighborhood. Today, we are just doing a casual discussion, as I said, with a military spouse circle of influence representative Kristen Dostie, military spouse from the Marine Corps, and she's going to join me here to just share some updates. What incredible work she's been doing behind the scenes, what things are happening, what's coming ahead. I mean, what can I tell you? Lots of good stuff. Kristen, welcome. How are you?
Hi, Laura. Thank you so much for having me. As Laura explained, my name is Kristen. I am part of the Military Spouse Circle of Influence, representing the United States Marine Corps, alongside with my colleagues Aurora, Elizabeth, Ray, Luis, and I think I've got everybody there,
We got
and
everybody.
Laura as well too. So thank you
Aurora.
so much for having me here. I appreciate it. It's been an honor for us to be a part of the Blue Star family, is circle of influence, and just being able to help in any way we can during these challenging times, especially, and just being there for each other and connecting and supporting each other in any way we can through your career path. So we've been working a lot on some really great things, and I'm excited to share about that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for taking time to be here out of your busy schedule. I know we like to have a partner here or a resource to kind of share with us a little bit about the do's and don'ts and all kinds of great tips. But today we're here to spotlight great tips that you yourself have also been challenged with, but also have been exploring, and things that you already know from your own particular secret sauce and your career trajectory as you have built and you are building a great path for yourself in the career space, in the influencer space, leading and creating great initiatives. So just share with us a little bit more about what kind of a great activities you have enjoyed doing the most as you have explored through this particular activity as well. And then I want to talk about the great video that you shared yesterday and then the week before in our spouse first community on great tips. But first, tell us what has been the most rewarding experience or exercise that you have challenged yourself to put forward through this experience.
I think the greatest accomplishment of all, and most of us can say, is connection. The word connection is so important, especially right now, in any way that that could help you. So connecting in person and being able to go to the military installation here and learning so much more about resources that I didn't even know for so many years, or attend different courses myself, as our Marine Corps family team building does an excellent way of just pushing out so many different resources and different classes to help individuals here at the military installation, and just learning about different things across the board in different branches as well too, and connecting with different individuals, attending different webinars, and learning so much about all the resources that Blue Star Families has and brings together in the neighborhood. And so that's been really the nice part, is connecting virtually as well as connecting in person. So it's been such a great thing to do, and to be able to help anybody in any way that we can.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. And in the video that I mentioned a few minutes ago, yesterday, you shared a video in our spouse first community, which is a social network part of our Blue Star Careers group community in Facebook. But of course, we want you to be in the neighborhood because that's where the real career action and support and events and activities all takes place. But this particular group is still very, very important to us because that's how a lot of spouses find us on social network. And you made a great video about volunteering and how volunteering, whether it's either 30 30 minutes a week to potentially a more in-depth involvement, right, with an organization can really make a difference in your career pathway. So share a little bit about what sparked for you to share those thoughts, those specific tips through that video.
Yes, absolutely. So, we've PCS many times, and as many others have, or some are going through a transition in their career, or there could be going through different challenges. And finding the time to, find employment or applying for it can be challenging. And so, what I spoke about yesterday on the Spouse Force group on Facebook was just about volunteer opportunities and how you can translate that into career experience. So to not think that you're volunteering that you've done either in the past or currently or wish to do does not have an impact on your resume or your LinkedIn, and how you can connect with different employers by doing so, and why it matters. So volunteering can matter because you're building your network, you are gaining relevant experience. You can step into a leadership role. It allows you to grow and connect. And as you were saying, Laura, yesterday I mentioned that it could be as little as 30 minutes a week, or it can be multiple hours a month, or a week. Whatever you're able to provide, your time is valuable. And I know that we look at it as saying, well, volunteer, I may not be paid to be volunteered, but really the impact that you can make in your community can be such a big thing that can translate into your career experience. And you can use those different wording that you put on there to build your resume and build your LinkedIn and fill in those gaps. And also, it's a great way to get your foot in the door. So if you want to volunteer out in your community, there are some larger organizations such as Blue Star Families, who has chapters. There are other organizations as well too that has offices or chapters, or maybe your local community is looking for volunteers. And obviously you provide what hours you're able to do, and you can translate that. So if you're looking to get into event planning, but you don't have a lot of experience in event planning, or maybe you do, you can maybe see some local benefits that are happening in your community and see if they're looking to look for volunteers to get on their benefit committee, or you can volunteer the day of the event. And that's different things that can translate onto your resume. If you're not able to do it in person, you could also do it remote, virtually. So many organizations right now are in need of help. And so if you're able to provide just a little bit of time, it could be anything from emailing out guests about a special event. I've seen American Red Cross about their blood drives. They're looking for volunteers just to reach out to the community. So there's so many different ways, and you can translate that into administrative skills, operational, project management. So there's so many different aspects. And the other thing that I did bring up is that those that do have children, and as we PCS, and childcare may be a challenge, the opportunity to volunteer at the school that maybe your children go to, or if it's a different childcare, a preschool, maybe they've got a parent organization and they're looking to hold a benefit. Well, then you can be a part of that parent organization. And most organizations sometimes too will provide an exchange of, if you volunteer, then we also have childcare services, or you can bring your children with you. And those are just great opportunities. Another one would be, my last one would be even volunteering, coaching your child's, it could be a T-ball team. You're, as the leader, you're building leadership skills. You are constantly communicating with parents, you're building team building opportunities for the team. And then, the outcome goal is that everybody kind of had a good time and they were able to learn something new. And so these opportunities can translate into work experience that you can put onto your resume and LinkedIn.
Absolutely. As you were describing the multiple ways that you can volunteer, whether it's actual physical or virtually, I was thinking, during my time when I I became PTO president of my local elementary school, and we fundraised over I think close to $15,000 with which in those years was like a big deal, right? Because we wanted a new playground for our kids, and a lot of that work was done. A lot of it behind the scenes at home with emailing and calling local groups and then gathering out parents. And this was social media was just like a sparkling into the wave of things, right? So all of those skills, I probably never took full credit of it, but now seeing now what I did, it would have made so much sense because you're right. So many organizations need a lot of support behind the scenes with admin and things like that. So anyway, yeah, consider that and go into our sponsors group and watch that video. And Kristen shares a lot of great resources out there, and so that's a really great way for you to get involved. And then
I
continue
also
to
just
grow
want to
your
share
career.
I also just want to share, if you do go into the neighborhood, you will see that there's a volunteer group there, and people are actually
Absolutely.
posting about looking for opportunities to volunteer. So if you're moving to somewhere new, or you are transitioning out of the military or retired, and you're just looking to connect, go on and take a look at the different chapters that Blue Star Families has, or go on to the volunteer section, community group, and take a look at all the volunteer opportunities, or post on there saying that you're looking to volunteer in your local community and you just don't know who you will connect with and reach out to. It's really nice because it brings everybody together from all across the world.
Absolutely. And our key here, obviously, we're not going to take the spot of we have a great volunteer coordinator team and management team here that is coming up and they're leading great initiatives. And then we'll soon be making a little more spotlight of volunteer opportunities for Blue Star families, just in general. We're talking about volunteering in general for career growth. So, but I want to also right now pivot really quick, and we are doing this very casual just to share with you a little bit more about what's going on in Blue Star careers in the next couple of weeks. We have a very intense schedule coming before the end of the year, so we really want you to join us and get involved. Next week, of course, we resume our discussions, our conversations with great people and resources. We're welcoming Pat Hovell from Cutterful, who is going to be here for interviewing. So, Kristen, how do you feel about interviewing in today's competitive market? What techniques that you have already perhaps explore, or you are preparing for your next opportunity?
Absolutely. So actually last week in the Spouse Force group, myself and my colleagues all gave little helpful tips and tricks on, preparing yourself for an interview, if it's in virtual, and what your background should look like, and your poise and how you speak. And then I spoke a little bit about public speaking, which is an important part of interviewing. And I think the biggest thing with interviewing is making sure that you go on the company's website, or the organization's website, and really take the couple days prior to understand fully about the company, and write down some questions for yourself to ask them as well too, because you want to make sure that you have that present with you, so it shows that you're engaged and that you are committed and that you are really interested in that position. So don't be afraid to ask those questions, because like I said, that shows that you're interested. And then I also spoke a little bit about public speaking. And so different ways that you can learn about different ways of public speaking or doing mock interviews. You can look at your military installation. Many military installations or your surrounding area has, or community center libraries provide opportunities to do kind of like a mock interview or teach you about public speaking skills. And another one, that we kind of spoke a little bit about was Toastmasters. And Toastmasters
Yes.
was in your community. They're actually worldwide, and you can go on there and take a look and see at any of their events and contact them and see if you can attend as a guest, learn a little bit more about them. And then it's a great opportunity for anybody, any walk of life. If you're very experienced in public speaking, or you're so nervous that you're going to freeze during that moment, they just provide great feedback. They've got amazing resources, and also too, they've got people that are volunteering and working there that come from a very big background having to do with public speaking, and so that's their experience.
Absolutely. And, the definitely research your nearest club or get on it, but also, research as well, interviewing tips. But of course, this is Pat's and Conderful's jam. They do this for day-to-day support for veterans, for military spouses, for interviewing practice. So they actually have a great program, and she'll be here next week to tell us about it. But if for some reason you're not able to get on their books, you definitely want to watch next week's webinar. But also, you can start practicing. There's a lot of technology or preset systems out there through AI. The biggest thing I think for me doing all this career programming is research first how the company interviews. What are some of those steps and processes? And if you have been a participant in some of these workshops where we had the remote work sessions, the RISE event, and some of these partners come in and teach us how their company or their industry is aligning with the current workforce and the placement, pre-screening, interviewing, all that stuff. Everyone is doing it a little bit different, and so they have different tools, different things behind the scenes that they pre-screen for, and also set you up for success. So it's important for you to research that. But let me go down the list of great things that we have coming up. So also, Pat's team is having a Veterans Day fireside chat on November 12th. So we are inviting you to join us there as well. They have a special guest. This is not a Blue Star Families event, but we are certainly partnering up to bring more spotlight, and she'll tell us more a little bit about that. I also want to also remind, this has become a very organic event. Kristen, and you were in yesterday's event. We had 3 partners share with us a little bit more about how they hired, particularly in the virtual assistant world, because that seems to be right now the best and the most current fast hiring industry right now, without a lot of systems in place, and it's a little more friendlier, sort of a user friendly to get in. But our remote work sessions, which is every month, for next month, we are moving it to November 18th, only because November, the second Tuesday of the month falls under Veterans Day. So we're still going to have it on November 18th, but it's going to be all about entrepreneurship. So that is a really side gig. It is part of remote work. It is going to be focused on how to launch your business, how to know about side gigs, and then really explore those opportunities. Another event, Krista, that I really want to highlight your attention, only because we are in the world of AI. This is like the new thing. Our very own Ryan, Executive Vice President of Digital Marketing and Innovation, is going to be also supporting this event, how make AI work for you. This is going to be a great virtual event with partnership with Google. It's a virtual workshop. It's going to walk you through all the steps that you need in order for you to have AI work for your business. So this is going to be a great opportunity. And guess what? It's all virtual through here, and we're going to start heavily promoting it and sharing all the great opportunities for everyone. Another great thing that we have going on, that same in November, we have a special announcement. I can't tell you yet what it is, but we have a very special announcement, a new add-on to the Google certification. So stay tuned, coming up. And then, of course, the big date. And I'm going to turn this over to Kristen to share more about what this means to her and maybe to the rest of the colleagues at Military Spouse Circle of Influence.
Yes. So it's been an honor to be part of Blue Star Families and just be able to help. And it's really connected us all together, the other spouses from different branches, and built a friendship. And so that's the nice part about it, is that we've been working very hard on what's called our toolkit. So not just connecting out in the community and sharing and being a part of these webinars and so on, and just sharing as much as we can and connecting us, but we've also been working very hard on building a toolkit for each branch. And in that toolkit will be career resources. We go through challenges, we go through how we're going to, what are resources there to help with those challenges, different tools, tips, and tricks. And just different organizations coming together to be able to help, and where you can access this information. So during this summit, which we're really excited about, we're going to talk a little bit more about our toolkits. We'll break out in individual rooms. We'll talk about the highlights and some of the partners as well too we've been partnering with, and then just kind of get into breakout rooms and talk a little bit more about our toolkit and some of the great connections we made along the way, and any other information we can pass along. And then also hear back feedback from those that are in there to see what else is needed, what can we do, how can we connect, and just constantly grow and evolve and be able to be there and connect with each other and help each other. So we're really excited about this summit. So if you are interested, please reach out to, you can either let us know you're interested below in the comment section, or you can reach out to me individually. I can put you in touch as well too with the representative for each of your branches. We're building our list for our summit and we're really excited. So anybody, any partners or guests that wish to be a part of this, please let us know. We're really excited about this and everyone is welcomed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're very excited for this. And we're really hoping to create a great impact or just awareness for everyone, but also build community. Build community really reminds you that you belong, you have a sense of a community that you can belong to. So if you're an Army, Navy spouse, any National Guard, any of us, we're all here. We're all here for you. And of course, each branch of service, of course, challenges you a little bit more or less, so it has a different distribution of resources, and that's what we're trying to build here for you, is to have a little more visibility that you can take advantage or learn more how we can perhaps bring more a spotlight to those that are missing. So would also just want to remind our community, if you're not yet a part of our Blue Star Careers community, one of the perks is that we do offer bi-weekly member Q&A. So if you are a new member and if you just want to brainstorm or want to talk about the career space, what's going on, or you submit a referral request through one of our employment opportunities that we share in the neighborhood, we do have member Q&A. So you automatically get invited. So, take the offer and come to those member Q&A so we can talk about more strategies, do a LinkedIn review on the spot, review your resume, give you 3 or 4 different on the spot, different new resume layouts. But it's important when you attend those. Also, if you're not a member yet and you just want to attend those without submitting anything else, just get a hold of us, go to our community in the neighborhood, and let us know more. I'm going to share also just really quick what the neighborhood looks like for some of you if you have never been there yet. Left and then you have not yet been over to our community. I'm going to show you. This is our lobby, and by the way, today, if you're listening to this, today's Operation Support Virtual Resource Fair, which Chris and I were talking offline a little bit more about. You can incredibly encourage you to join. You can still actively enroll or register. So it's still going on. It's today in about 2 hours from now, 2 more hours, 1 p.m. Pacific. But when you are in our community, you want to get to the careers group. This is the lobby that I was just showing you. You want to come to our careers. And this one, of course, you can see right away the events. You can see the live feed where we communicate. We encourage you to make an introduction. This is for you. This is a community built for you and where we share resources. And look, right here, we are currently right now streaming down there. Okay, right? Because then we have double discussion. I want to come to but we also have shout outs that we do, more resources that we share. We're building fast and furious a employer network out here. Unfortunately, sometimes with admin time, it kind of takes over our day, but we certainly have a listing of partners that we're trying to build here. And now my system is frozen. But anyway, in our media center is where we shared various opportunities right here for partners, where you can definitely go and review a list of growing opportunities and more resources. So yeah, that's just all. This was supposed to be very casual, very short, and now we ran over our max, Kristen. So I think we're going to wrap it up. And
Yes.
if you can just do our quick call to action. What
Yes.
should we all know? Halfway through October, how can we maximize our next 2.5 months without the pressure of saying 2025 has come to an end? How should I feel empowered, grown, or just finish up at a max in my career or my job search?
Absolutely. So I think the biggest thing, I'm going to go back to that word connection again. It's important just to connect. It's a challenging time, as we said right now, for many, and everybody has a different path, different goals in life. But definitely connect in any way you can. So if it's connecting through LinkedIn with somebody or connecting in your community, you never know where it's going to lead you. And I think that connection is so important. Just know that we're here for you, and that to be gentle on yourself and also to take care of yourself. So which is really important. So And that, yeah, and I just wish everybody a wonderful day and connect. If you wish to connect, you can connect with me or the other spouses or Laura, and we're here for you. And in the join us in the neighborhood. We're always in the neighborhood, and it's a great way to connect with people all across the world.
Great. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. Enjoy your week.
Thanks. You too.